Coming up on Mountain News this morning, several law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, raided a house in Leslie County on Friday. And thanks to technology, counterfeit money is available everywhere. This weekend, 3 police departments in our region saw firsthand just how abundant it is. Plus, last week, a Lawrence County couple lost everything in a house fire, including a dog they say saved their life.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:31 on December 10th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So if you're just waking up on this Tuesday morning, it's raining like it was yesterday morning, so you might have a hard time getting up. But let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, there's something else predicted maybe in the forecast besides a little rain.
Exactly. And the rain is kind of spotty right now, so maybe not as hard to wake up as it was yesterday when it was kind of beating down on some of those roofs. But this morning, as we take a look at Line Pinpoint Doppler radar, not a whole lot of moisture yet, but you see more coming across the border in from East Tennessee and over into parts of Southwest Virginia. All that is moving to the north and east there. You'll see that as we put it in motion there. So we're going to continue to see some more moisture. All that from Nashville is going to come up this way as well. So just kind of keep in mind that we're going to see that transition start to happen later today as the temperatures get colder over Whitesburg this morning. Fairly quiet, a little bit drier now. It's been, like I said, raining for the most part off and on throughout the night. Temperatures, Irvin dropped 2 degrees down to 49 now, 50 in Moorhead, 43 Danville, 44 Lexington, 30s in Louisville. But a lot of us here in the mountains still in the 50s, but we were close to 60 at midnight. So again, that's how much it's dropped. You can see those winds cranking there out of the northwest. They have shifted, so that means the possibility to pull some colder air in behind that cold front is on the table, and we're going to continue to see that. Your appcast today, we'll download that for free on the on the app stores. You just search WYMT weather, and you'll see back and forth chances for rain going over to snow as we head deeper in the day and those temperatures get close to that battleground there of the mid-30s to the low 30s to transition over. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, several law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, raided a house in Leslie County on Friday. WYMT's Katie Cook talked to the Leslie County Sheriff, who says his deputies found explosives.
The scene at this house in Leslie County looked a lot different on Friday.
There was just miscellaneous primers and detonators and things of that nature.
As law enforcement found a homemade explosive and other dangerous materials in a house off Upper Grassy Branch Road.
We knew the explosives were there before entering. We'd actually started the investigation the day before.
Not something Sheriff Billy Collette sees often.
Nothing to the magnitude of this.
Officials arrested Kevin Peterson at the house where they found the explosives. But at first, they couldn't find Peterson. Officials say through a tip, they learned he was actually hiding in a hidden room at the house the whole time.
Safe rooms are something that's in the news now, and more people are using them for illegal purposes.
After he refused to exit the small space, police used a canine unit to get Peterson out. He is now at the Leslie County Detention Center facing multiple charges. In Leslie County, Katie Cook, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, officials say Peterson was originally being investigated in a domestic violence case before they were made aware of the homemade explosives. And a Christmas display at the Pulaski County Park may look a little different this year after vandals cut the cords to Christmas lights. The Eubank Fire Chief says the vandals damaged between 500 and 600 rope lights. The damage comes 1 week before Christmas in the Cabot, a large holiday breakfast for hundreds of children. The fire department says the damage will cost nearly $1,000. Money they say puts stress on the department.
And we do all this out of donations from the community and from our fundraisers, and being a volunteer department, that does put a stress on us to have to do this, and we do it for the community.
Police say they are investigating the vandalism, and there is a reward for information that leads to an arrest. And a woman in Laurel County is accused of using a car seat to shoplift. Sheriff's deputies arrested this woman, Jennifer Adcock, during the weekend. Walmart employees told them she put about $190 worth of merchandise in the car seat to steal the items. Deputies say Adcock also had a couple of bench warrants out for her arrest. And a Kentucky foster mother accused of pouring hot chocolate over her baby's head on purpose was arraigned yesterday on criminal abuse charges. Ashley Neal of Winchester was arrested November 30th after the incident was caught on camera at McDonald's. Video shows her pouring the 150-degree drink over the baby's head, then pretending to trip. Neal pleaded not guilty. She is out on bond awaiting trial. And thanks to technology, counterfeit money is available everywhere. And this weekend, 3 police departments in the Cumberland Valley saw firsthand just how abundant it is. Some of the bills that were found passed counterfeit pins and made it all the way to the bank. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds sat down with police to find out how the bills got so far.
Knox County Sheriff deputies got a call last week, one they do not normally respond to.
The business owner just felt like it didn't, the bill didn't feel right, the texture of the bill, and was able to contact the police, and we determined that it was fake.
How did it get that far? The bill is a good dupe for the untrained eye, but not perfect.
There's a little wider border on this side, and this particular fake bill doesn't have the vertical strip, nor does it have the hot face hologram on this side.
Officers also discovered $560 in fake money in Bell County over the weekend. Police say the holidays could partially be to blame for the influx of counterfeit bills.
A lot of the cashiers at these stores are overworked and tired and exhausted, and when you get tired like that, you start to lose your edge a little bit.
Pineville Police Department also picked up 17 $100 bills on Saturday. The penalties? A felony in Kentucky.
We usually contact the Secret Service, see if they want to take it to the federal level. They will usually do it if it's a very big currency or if we find money-making material.
If you suspect a fake bill, get a description of the person who handed it to you and their vehicle so police can put a stop to it before more businesses are hurt. In Knox and Bell counties, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, police say if these people are not caught, the store will typically have to take a loss. However, any information that can be used for an arrest can help get restitution in these cases. And she was officially sworn in as Kentucky's next lieutenant governor last night. But Jacqueline Coleman has been hard at work since first being elected to the position back in November. Coleman will be busy serving in that role and as the Secretary of Education and Workforce Development. She also has another job title she's preparing for: new mom.
That is something I try to get used to a little bit more every day. I just keep telling myself it's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out, and we're going to figure this out.
In our 6 o'clock hour, the Lieutenant Governor talks politics, basketball, and the lessons she hopes to bring with her to Frankfort. And Governor Andy Beshear was sworn in during a private ceremony just after midnight. Inauguration festivities begin later this morning with a breakfast reception at 7:30 and concluding with inaugural balls in the evening. We will have live coverage of the public swearing-in ceremony this afternoon at 2 on WYMT and WYMT.com. We will also have several reporters in Frankfort for team coverage at 4, 5:30, 6, and 11. And a Louisville girl and her family will attend Beshear's inauguration after being named one of the winners in the Team Kentucky poster contest. 12-year-old Audrey Francis Bruce won the award for overall most creative. She will be recognized by the Beshears later today, and her poster will be displayed in the Capitol. And last week, a Lawrence County couple lost everything in a house fire, including a dog they say saved their life. WYMT's Marion Fletcher talked with the family about why they call Tank their hero.
A four-legged hero.
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be here.
Tank's barks woke up Amanda and Joe Alley around 3 a.m.
And the house was already glazing. It was already going to have to sell them.
The couple jumped out of their bedroom window just in the nick of time.
Nothing made it out but what we had on our back.
Sadly, that includes their beloved 3-year-old pit bull.
Oh, yeah. It was just like my kid, yeah.
Amanda says this loss is just as bad as losing her home.
And he's helped me through a lot of depression and anxiety along the way because he's even got a fake heart, an LVAD, because he's waiting on a heart transplant.
Expecting the worst, Amanda's sister Ruby Fletcher broke down when she saw the house.
I thought we lost her.
They believe a fireplace heater started the fire.
I've lived here for 11 years and just bought the heater, and first time I used the heater, my house burns.
Now the family is thankful for their furry friend.
Tank's our hero. If it wasn't for him, she wouldn't be here, or Joe wouldn't.
As they try to rebuild their lives in Lawrence County. Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the family says they did not have a working smoke detector and urges everyone to make sure their alarms are functioning. And coming up, there's a lot of racket about Serena Williams' smashed racket that just sold for thousands.
Winter weather could make another appearance later this afternoon. I'll track out the forecast for your travel today in about 3 minutes.